house.
Is Ashton not being part of this call?
Yeah. So we're pretty dry for co-host this week.
No Ashton?
No
I
Ashton.
see him playing World of Warcraft right now.
Apparently, this motherfucker told me that he was gonna be too busy this week to do an hour show. So that his words, not mine.
Are you? I'm not. Let me record then, because I'm not doing anything. All right, I'm recording now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm texting. I'm sending Ashton a Discord message, because right now it says Ashton is playing World of Warcraft.
I would I would expect nothing less.
He said, "Not really." Call his ass.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "Not really."
Not really, as in what? Like,
I said, "Are you busy?" He said, "Not really." Call his ass.
Hello.
Hi, Ashton. Welcome to the Bane in the Brain podcast. Welcome,
guest caller.
Welcome, guest caller.
Hi, I had a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Can you turn on your camera, guy?
Oh, it's not my camera not working.
We need to see you when you're asked the
If
question.
I were to mix 3 gallons of mayonnaise with approximately 2 liters gasoline,
No, that will not make mayo gas.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Well, thank you, caller.
He's just gonna leave now.
I thought about it. I really did.
I mean, you gave us what we wanted. You know, you came in, you talked for a little bit.
How far into it are you?
Oh, we just
started.
I mean, we really haven't even started. So.
Damn.
No.
You really baited me into this, huh?
Yeah. Oh, Zack said, "Oh, Ashton told me he's gonna be really busy this whole."
It's true. He did say that. I'll actually pull up an exact quote from Ashton right now.
I'll pull up an
exact quote before you speak, Ashton. I'll pull up an exact quote. I said, "Hey, buddy, winky face. Are you down to record another episode this week?" Winky face, winky face. Ashton then replies, "This week may not work for me with the start of internship and semester," which is understandable, even though it's only an hour of your time we're asking for. And then he says, "It would have to be in the evening if I'm able to." It's the evening.
Yeah, and I'm able to.
Woo!
So tell me, Zach, what part of that was a lie?
It wasn't a lie. I just wanted to show. So
you kind of jumped on me on that first one a little bit.
No, it wasn't a lie.
Zachary, he's not even recording. He's not even recording his audio. Right now,
Hey, get the audio up. Get the audio up.
We don't even know what's going on.
Turn the webcam on. We got to start this shit, Ashton.
I'm not turning my webcam on.
Why not?
I wanna.
All right. Well, he said it. What are you gonna do about it? Zachary, we got a fish now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look at the fish with no eyes.
Turn it on.
Okay.
He's just a fish.
It's loading. It's not on yet.
This is all you get.
Woo! Yeah.
Woo!
Ashton, hooray for 17 Mai.
Whoa!
I love Finland.
I love Finland.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain in the Brain podcast, episode 25. We have made it to 25 episodes. That's pretty crazy, wouldn't you say, Ashton?
Yeah, not nearly as crazy as tricking me.
Hey, man, I mean, if you want, you can...
I saw a Discord call. I said, oh, boy, my buddies want to talk to me.
Hey,
we do want to talk to you. What are you talking about?
That too after this, Ashton.
We do want to talk to you.
I'll let you be
Are we talking right now? Checkmate. Checkmate.
You just want to use my voice.
Real.
I mean, you do have a pretty sexy voice.
All right, Ashton. I'm now going to take off that little mustache of yours real quick. It's gone now. No more.
So, guys, what's happened? What's going on with the life? What's a life update alert? Life update alert. What's going on? We'll start with Ashton. Boop 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 boop.
Nothing much.
All right. Moving over to Jacob. Moving over to Jacob. Boop, 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 boop.
Was that a really exhausting day at work today? Besides that, I'm fine.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
Let's start. Okay, this is a new segment called "Let's Talk About That."
Let's talk. Isn't that a thing?
That's a fucking Good Mythical Morning thing, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. That is
Is
Good
it?
Mythical
Yeah.
Morning, yeah.
They go.
Ashton-
Let's talk about that. And
Are you telling me Ashton's the not Good Mythical Morning fan? Are you telling me this right now?
I used to be.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
that
that's
makes sense.
definitely Ashton's vibe. Ashton used to
I was
be.
gonna
I don't know if
say-
they did that segment back then, though.
I think they did.
No, they did. You just subconsciously brought it back up.
No, it was
Yeah,
mine. I
that
came
is
up with it.
true. Oh well, you know what?
Real quick, let's break it down. Ashton would definitely be the Link in this scenario.
You think so?
Who's Rhett?
Bruce?
Bruce is Rhett.
Nah, Jacob, I think you kind of like a rat.
Yeah, you're like a Rhett. Ashton's like a Link, and I'm PewDiePie.
Really? No. I feel like Jacob's a rat.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, you're Link.
I'm Link.
I'm the camera.
Okay. I'm Link because I got the hair, and Jacob's hairy.
Yeah, and I just feel like the dynamic is more.
That's
fitting.
more like that. Okay, Jacob, we gotta start eating like jalapeno s'mores or whatever they do on that show.
I'm okay.
Gasoline mayonnaise.
Gasoline mayo.
But how was work, Jacob? We love to hear you talk about
Yeah,
work.
let's start this segment. Let's talk about that.
Thank you, Rhett and Link. Work was
Also,
just-
I want to give a heads up before you start, Jacob. Before we talk about that, I will be interrupting someone at a random time during this to give the answer to the riddle.
Oh, last episode.
episodes
Okay.
ago.
Oh, nice.
No, not
Okay.
last episode. I forgot to do
Fucking
last
riddle.
episode.
Oh, okay.
Ashton finally.
The
Googled
riddle was
answer.
the riddle for last episode was there was no riddle.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh,
you got the answer. Just a heads up.
Oh.
All right, Jacob. Let's wrap it up with this.
Okay, okay. Basically, work was just really shitty because, it was like no time to really breathe. It was just a constant stream of people just like either ordering like crazy shit. I'm not sure you guys have like a water softener.
Wait, so you just held your breath for 9 hours?
Yes, Zachary, I did.
I hope you're okay.
I
I'm
believe
okay.
most households have water softeners.
I don't think my parents.
I have a
Maybe they
water
do, but-
harder.
Thank you, Zachary. You know the 40-pound bags that you can get, I think, at Home Depot and Lowe's? Ashton, I feel like you've seen them because you worked at Home Depot.
I don't know.
You
I
remember?
never went to the gardening area, but
Okay. But,
Yeah.
They have
Or
40
plumbing.
pound bags of water.
I don't know what it would be in.
salt, Zachary.
Oh, well, yeah, they
But,
have those. They have those everywhere.
I know, but I'm just saying someone ordered a giant pallet, which is like 63 of 40-pound bags of salt. And then
They use that for swimming pools.
they do, and for other stuff apparently.
Seasoning
and
their
then-
meat.
Was that like a sexual thing?
No, they just use it for cooking.
Oh.
I guess. I don't know. I don't own one. But someone orders a pallet of that, and then someone ordered, how do I describe this? So we have these giant boxes of flooring, and they're like 10 pounds. So this fucking guy, he orders 82 of these giant 15-pound boxes of flooring. So it takes 2 pallets, and I tried calling the customer, and I finally get a hold of them when they're at the store. And I asked them, like, do you have a truck? Because this is going to be a lot of weight for a vehicle. He said, no, I have my Honda Civic van, though. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. And I asked him, this is 82 boxes. These are giant. Are they going to fit in your van? This is your judgment call, sir. It's your fucking vehicle, not mine. And he was like, yeah, we can fit them in there. He gets his van in. We put in the full pallet, and then he's looking at the pallet. His suspension is tire like back of his van it's just low. It's just like almost hitting the concrete.
Did you stop him?
I told him, I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
He looked at it. He was like, all right, I guess I'll just be back for another pallet. And I was like, awesome, great. And then he drives off. And then a few hours later, that salt person that I have to fucking go get his pallet because they're here now. So my coworker is at lunch, so I have to find somebody to help me get the pallet onto their vehicle. I finally get the lumber guy to help me with his forklift. We get it on the vehicle, and then immediately right after, the guy comes back. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, wait, he was trying to tell me something. I couldn't hear him.
Oh, okay.
Not
Oh, okay. And then the fucking the guy literally comes back to pick up his shit, and then like 2 other people are also there to pick up other shit. So it's just a bunch of just like
So what you're telling me is you had to do your job.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm trying to simplify it because that was the whole day.
Your day sucked. You had to do something.
No, Jacob,
Wow,
I know what
that's
you mean.
crazy.
I know.
No, I
know
get
the
that, though.
grind.
I'm just simplifying to like the small things.
No.
It was just like all of that the whole day. It was just like grabbing shit, a lot of heavy shit.
Yeah, it seems like it's a regularity that people become to your workplace unprepared and unequipped for the job and the task
They do
at
that
hand.
a lot. Ashton could probably agree a lot more. Where
Yeah,
people just show up.
I had a very similar story happen with you were loading floorboards into a guy's van. We were loading bricks into a guy's van, a whole pallet of bricks.
That's so awesome.
To a guy's van. In fact, I think it might have been 2 pallets, but I think it was just 1. And same thing happened. We loaded in, and in fact, he started driving away, and we were like, that suspension's not right. So we stopped him, had him turn around, and we unloaded by hand like half of them. And then he just came back, and we hand loaded it on there again. Yeah, people severely overestimate the capabilities of their vehicles sometimes.
Yeah.
I had same day. I didn't want to really. Same day, early in the day, some guy came to pick up 60 2x4x8s, which is like normal. It's like, all right, well, that's a bunk, so we'll just like give you in your trunk. He comes in his his fucking what are they called? His ski, like a ski vehicle, the water ski, the
jet ski.
The jet ski, that's what it's called. Sorry, jet ski. He comes in a jet ski trailer and says, all right, load it up on my jet ski trailer. And if you know anything about jet ski trailers, they're small.
Yeah.
So it did not fit on the fucking thing, and I had to figure out how to like adjust it onto that. People really don't think that much sometimes.
Yeah. Today I was driving around this. I was driving this woman to the airport, and when she came out of her house, I saw that she came out of her house with two like large suitcases that were as big as your suitcase, Jacob, that you had on the New York trip. 2 of those.
Awesome. Yeah.
And like a mini suitcase and then a carry-on. I was like, and it was one person. Just one person.
I need like, all of these things.
Why the fuck are you taking your entire house? Like this lady was just, and she dragged it into the fucking airport when I dropped her off. There was literally no space in my car. She had to put one of her large suitcases in the passenger seat in the front seat. I was like, what the fuck?
Did she explain it at all? Or
No,
she was just like, drive. And
she was just like, go. And I was like, all right.
Not even like all word like sorry for like
no,
blah, blah, blah. No. She's just straight up just like
no. And then she
didn't tip you.
Yeah, didn't get tipped. Yeah, just fuck off.
Fuck this lady.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the segment of let's talk about that.
Anyways, Ashton, let's talk about Overwatch 2.
That's what I was going to
bring
up. Oh
I
my
can't
God.
wait for story mode.
I'm so happy Ashton's here.
Let me look at my new.
The new
Ashton. There is no story mode.
There is no.
Where's
point.
the talent skill, Ashton?
Ashton, there is no point.
There is no PvE mode anymore, Ashton.
All right, Ashton. Let's hear Let's hear it, Ashton. I'm actually happy that you're here because I was thinking we wouldn't get to talk about this. But yeah, so Overwatch 2, for those gamers out there, in a bit of kind of an interesting spot in their development. Let's hear it from Ashton, Overwatch's number one fan. Ashton?
Where to start? Let's start at the beginning. 2019.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, actually, the beginning's like 2015 when the first Overwatch came out. But
No, we'll start of where this happens.
okay.
Oh, okay.
The source.
Okay.
2019, Overwatch 2 is revealed at BlizzCon.
What was the controversy that made them?
When it was revealed, nothing.
Oh,
There was no
okay.
controversy. People were confused what Overwatch 2 meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they never really explained what it meant.
Gaming journalist Ashton Pakalek.
I'm not entirely sure they knew what Overwatch 2 meant.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we want to redefine what a sequel means. And
Wow, they
to
really
their
did.
credit, I was about to say,
redefine
to
it.
their credit, they did redefine it because now we're at a point where
It's just
they
less.
just took stuff away.
Yeah, it's just less than
And
What
then
did they
made
take
it free.
away?
Huh?
What did they take away?
Well, they made it. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll get back into that.
Okay.
Okay, so then 2020.
20. No, yeah.
What
so
happened in
2019,
2020, Ashton?
Well, no, let me keep going.
Okay.
2019 is they
Silence.
reveal Overwatch 2. They're like the big thing is there's a PVE mode.
What's that?
Which
Ashton?
they had done this
Ashton?
before.
Player
where-
versus.
So before
Not
they would
player.
do. Okay. Jacob, you gotta let me finish, man.
Okay.
We need explanation, Ashton. We're just normies. We don't know what this stuff. We don't know what PVE means.
What's
They
a
had done
Lucio?
this. They had done this before in Overwatch 1, where they would release like a one mission once a year
Right.
of some backstory mission, whatever. But this was supposed to be like a full-on story mode, right? It was actually it looks really cool. So every character was gonna have talent trees. You could customize your abilities.
Even
and,
McCree?
you could actually level every person.
Who?
Every person.
Wait,
McCree
who-
was
that?
back.
Oh, he's
Who the
back.
hell's
He's
McCree?
back.
You could
He's
you
back.
can unlock an ability where you change his name back to McCree.
That's
Whoa.
crazy.
It was that
They
in depth.
no. The backstory is how he lost his name.
Yes, yeah. It was pretty sad. Anyways, so that got revealed, and then fast forward 3 years later to 2022, Overwatch 1 was seemingly a desolate place. They had just not updated it for 3 years.
Yeah.
The entire
Yikes.
community was like, what the hell? What? Actually, all they did was release skins for events.
Let's go.
That
the
was about it.
TF2 lifestyle.
Didn't they also have a controversy of sexual harassment in the workforce?
Well, yeah, I mean,
We'll
that
get to
happened, but I'm
that.
talking specifically about Overwatch.
Wait,
Anyways.
anyways,
nothing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Screw the the mother's milk
Yeah.
in the refrigerator. Fuck all that.
Yeah,
that was
who
being
cares?
drinked.
And then Overwatch 2 PvP gets released.
Yeah.
Still no mention of PvE. They're like, it's bound to come. It's coming, guys. Don't worry.
We promise.
Their whole mentality was like, the reason we've abandoned Overwatch 1 is so we could focus on the PvE of Overwatch 2.
Of course,
yeah.
of course. That's
So,
'cause
like,
that's-
that was like
noble concept.
that was realistically what the 2 was for.
right.
Was so they could have this PvE story mode. It was supposed to be like PvE and PvP were supposed to be two separate games pretty much.
Yeah.
So it was something new, right? And Blizzard has never done a first person shooter story mode game before. So people were excited. And it was a justification for waiting so long. Fast forward to 2 days ago.
What happened 2 days ago?
Or maybe it was yesterday. I think it might have been yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
They have a stream where we're gonna talk about PvE, guys. Yeah. And people are like,
Yes! Let's go!
Finally.
They're
What
like,
did they
It's
talk about?
happening!
so PvE canceled,
What?
gone.
And that was a 5-minute live
It's
stream.
well, it was a very it was an announcement stream pretty much. their explanation was
It was
that,
a 2-minute live stream saying, "Yeah, it's not happening," and they just
Yeah.
hit the call button.
it was so their whole explanation of it was that
Sorry. Pause that thought. I'm just imagining what Jacob was saying. How like, you know how streams have like the timer before it counts down and then the stream starts. Like, just imagining
It has
like there's
all the title,
thousands
like,
of
huge
people waiting
news.
there. Like, oh my god! Like they're talking about like what the possibilities of this PvE mode can be, and then Blizzard just logs on like, yeah, guys, it's gone, and then end the
It's
stream.
gone. We lost it.
it's like they don't even do anything. It just flashes for a second and then the stream ends.
Canceled.
So, I don't even know what I was saying. Okay. So their whole justification was, they were developing it, and they realized that like it was taking too long, so they just pushed out PvP so they could have something to play, right? Because they didn't want to keep doing nothing for additional 2 more years,
Right.
or however long it may take.
Right. The Halo
in
Infinite
fact-
solution.
Right.
You just
in
push
fact,
out an unfinished game, and then don't plan on finishing it.
Well, I feel like Halo Infinite is kind of different because they actually did release a story mode.
Fuck
In
you.
fact, they knew they could finish the story mode.
True, but to be fair, also you don't release a Halo game without a campaign.
Right.
But even the campaign was very bare bones and unfinished. But that's okay.
Damn.
So,
It was fun.
what's
fun.
So they were like, apparently at some point in the process, they're like, we don't know when this is gonna end. We have to step away. Like, we just have to end Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 story mode, whatever.
We're making Overwatch 3 now.
That's
Right.
their next announcement next week.
Right.
Overwatch 3.
What makes it even more controversial is that it turns out they actually decided to abandon it a year and a half ago. So there was a year and a half of just not telling people it just isn't coming.
That's crazy.
People will be like, oh, so then what have they been doing? My theory is that they were still like, because what they're doing is they're going to release the missions, but kind of in the same way they were before. So just kind of half-assed, and just you get it once every few months. You get a new mission.
I can tell you what they were doing.
Sure, go ahead.
Jacob, you ready? Here.
There. Oh.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors right now. They both chose paper. Jacob wins. Jacob chose
I won.
scissors.
Yeah.
I won.
McCreed won that duel, by the way.
Yeah, so to bring this whole thing to a wrap, it's really sad
Yeah.
because it's like, especially as someone who, like, I was pretty excited for the story mode, right? Because it was just to be something new. And it's
Yeah.
like, that was the whole reason I was like, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, not a lot is going in PvP right now because they're working on this. But then when you factor in that it's been a year and a half, then it's like, not much has really happened to the PvP. We got one new mode. We lost one player on both teams. And we updated the graphics a little.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? You know? So a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm done. You know, I give up on Blizzard. Like, because the development side of it has just been so horrible. The communication of the PvE was so terrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are kind of pissed. Rightfully so, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to that same thing all about transparency. I think that's where mainly the big controversy comes into play because like they set their own expectations and they failed to meet those. It's like and that's where the sadness comes from because it's like the same shit with like so many game studios do that where they'll set their expectations high and they under deliver. Like even Bungie back when Halo 2 came out, they had the Halo reveal trailer and then
Earth.
yeah, and then the E3 demo and like that set the expectations for the game so high and then they released it and it was still good but they were just lacking a bunch of stuff.
That E3 demo had no smokes and mirrors. Sergeant Johnson said there was no smokes and mirrors. So
there were no smokes and mirrors. You just couldn't derail off the track that they wanted you to play, or else the game would break. But yeah, Blizzard. Yes, it's seriously a bad blunder on their part, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
No.
I don't know. I really do feel like they're gonna lose a lot of their player base. I feel like some of it will still come back because it's Overwatch, right? People still came back to Overwatch 2 after 3 years of nothing.
Yeah, they like the funny hamster man and the ball. That's
it's just like, it's like it's like there's a serious lack of hope in the Overwatch community. It's because that was the one thing to look forward to, and now that entire thing is gone, it's like, what are we left with? Like a degraded version of Overwatch 1.
Where's the loot boxes? I can't wait for them to go like, yeah, we might have gotten rid of PvE mode, but we brought back the loot boxes. Yeah.
Which people actually really want them to do. And I think I kind of want them to.
Yeah.
Because right now the only way to get cosmetics, the only way to get cosmetics right now is buy. You have to pay for them. Or you could get the battle pass.
Well, that's not fun.
No.
Here's what I say they do. I say they employ the Halo Reach approach and have people use the challenges to unlock armors and buy them with credits.
Money?
They do the challenges and get credits, and then they get the armors.
They need money.
Actually, Halo 3 had the best system when you just get the achievements, and then with the achievements you get armors, but it's okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Ashton, at least Battleborn's doing good.
Battleborn's still better.
Woo, Battleborn. I remember
in fact,
middle school.
actually, it's funny you mentioned that because Battleborn.
Single player.
Yeah, it had a single player, but the reason it failed was for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
Is because they had to try to do a story mode, with like a live service story mode, and do multiplayer or like PvP, and it didn't work. It failed. I mean, for a number of reasons, they released at the same time Overwatch, which is always going to get overshadowed no matter what when you have a similar game like that. It's just you're bound to fail, but it failed even faster because of that.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Battleborn is back on.
No, that's not true.
Breaking news.
I
Breaking
don't believe
news. In the we have some local news in Florida. Ashton, local news. This is your thing. You love local news. Florida 5th grade teacher is scrutinized for showing a Disney gay movie to her class.
Disney gay.
Yeah. So apparently what happened is recently this 5th
were we actually doing the news?
local news.
Zachary has lost it.
A Florida teacher says she's now under investigation by the state's education department for showing her 5th grade students the Disney movie Strange World, which features a character who is gay.
So 5th grade. So this 5th grade teacher in like a school, in an elementary school in Florida. She's teaching her class a lesson on like the earth and the environment. It's just topical within their within what they're learning in the textbooks in that moment. So she's like, I'm just gonna give the students a little bit of a break. We're gonna watch a movie on the subject. So it's a Disney movie that just happens to have one minor gay character in it, and there's only like references to them being gay. They don't like kiss anybody. They don't fucking like. It's not like gay propaganda, So then, she had all the parents sign waivers beforehand saying that if she can show the kids like the movies that they were going to show in class. So
What movie was it?
I don't fucking remember, dude. It's just some dumb Disney movie. It's probably like went like straight to DVD. I don't know. But it's like but anyway, the point is then she gets in trouble because one of the parents happens to be part of the school board as well. And they're like and apparently it's like a law that was just recently instated where from like ages or from like grades like kindergarten to 12th grade, you can't like it's like the don't say gay or no say gay act or whatever. Like I'm serious, it's literally what it's called.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I know the law.
Yeah, and like basically there can be like no like gay propaganda or like you can't outwardly talk about these subjects about the LGBTQ community in like class. And so that's where like the main controversy is coming from. And then she released a statement on like fucking Facebook or some shit. I don't know. She's getting a lot of support. But I don't know. I just wanted to hear your take, Ashton, with the local news that's happening in Florida. What's your take on the 5th grade teacher showing their students a Disney movie with a gay character in it?
It's pretty gay. In my opinion.
For which side?
Yeah, wait, which side? The reaction
Both.
or the... Oh.
Thank you, Ashton.
Thank you, Ashton. Thank you, Ashton.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's the local news for this week, folks.
Oh, okay. I don't even get an opinion. It's just Ashton's opinion. But anyways, Ashton's opinion.
I'll be back. I gotta go take a phone call.
Oh, really? Oh,
Hello,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
okay. Well,
I think that's pretty stupid, though.
yeah, it is really dumb.
No way is a teacher should get fucking fired or put on leave or whatever the fuck because of some movie that has a gay. That's a fucking.
That's like
stupid.
showing. Remember when they used to show those like Martin Luther King animated movies?
Yeah.
That's like showing.
Exactly.
That's like showing those movies and saying like, oh, like, I don't understand why people and not to get super political, but I mean Florida is a very Republican conservative state, right?
It's a swing state, but it's Republican.
Yeah,
lately.
yeah. I think we can. The majority of it is Republican dominant. Matt
old
being
ass,
one of them.
Old people. They come down here, and then a lot of Cubans and a lot of Puerto Rican people are also just straight up just Republicans. But
Yeah.
a lot of old ass people just come down here and they're like,
Yeah, that's
God, I love being Republican.
That's why I wish we would have gotten Matt's take on this whole thing, because he has a very interesting take on a lot of these things.
We do not need his take. We do not need Matthew's take. Matthew is listening right now as we speak. I know this because he told me that he listens to the podcast.
Really?
now.
When he's not on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Matt, we'd love to have you come on and give your take on the subject.
No.
But yeah, no, I just think that's it's kind of ridiculous. Like
That's very fucking ridiculous.
it's just ridiculous. Like the
I don't think that's
like I get the whole idea of like not wanting to promote this stuff to your children because you think it influences them. Like I understand that.
I think there's a
yeah, but you know, like when the movie is literally like not even highlighting this character, it's just like
it's not propaganda. It's
Right.
nothing. It's how does that go against the law?
Mhm.
But I think there's a difference between like shoving it down a kid's throat and then just like showing it. Like,
yeah. No, like imagine the
this is what
teacher
this
being
is.
like, no, you should be gay. You should be gay. Be
See,
gay.
This Disney character is gay. You should be gay.
Look at how cool he is. Look, he's like animated and stuff. He's
so cool, isn't he?
he's so zany. Look at him in the button up.
That's
but
so fucking stupid.
yeah, it's just really dumb. I just brought it up because I thought it was just like such an outrageously bizarre.
Very fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
I had a fucking guy. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
The same guy that I was talking about earlier about the stupid flooring, like the 82. He asked me what I was doing for college, and I said like, teacher, like history teacher. He was like, oh, that's cool. Like I was a teacher, and so is my daughter, and blah blah blah. And then like before he leaves, like, yeah, man, keep it up. We need more male teachers out there. And he just leaves. He just pulls out. I'm like, all right, thanks, I guess. I don't
That
know
man is so based. He knows. He knows.
know.
He knows how women dominate the teaching force now, and he's.
Oh yeah.
We need to fight the power. My dad was struggling as a teacher. Let's just say that.
I know that. He was like, it's not a great paying job. Like I know that. I'm fine with that.
Well, not necessarily the pay, but just like everybody was against him.
well, he was the dean. He was the vice principal, wasn't he?
Yeah, in the later half of his career,
okay.
but like in the beginning, he was just like a math teacher that taught like middle school and high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he got his master's and became a dean.
Gotcha. No, it's so I feel bad for your dad because they were just out to get him.
They were
for no He was just.
He was doing
his job.
He was doing his job, and he was following the guidelines that the school board placed upon on the school, like dress
Yeah.
code, all this stuff. He's doing his job as a dean, and
Yes.
everybody just called him racist. They just they pulled the race card on him. They were like, well, he's racist because he's just doing his job. So
Like, if somebody has a dress code, you dress code them. I've seen it
Yeah.
a bajillion times. We've all seen it a bajillion times where somebody just fucks up and they go, you know, I'm just going to wear this to school. And it's like, no, you cannot wear that.
yeah, like my dad is probably the most inclusive like guy that I know to an extent where like he just doesn't care like
He
who
loves everybody.
He loves everybody. My dad, a guy from fucking Minnesota,
Minnesota.
just loves everybody.
He loves everybody.
But I was thinking just earlier on today, I had a thought. I was like, you know, the Mario Mothers,
Mario
yeah, the Mario Brothers movie. Have you? I'm assuming you haven't seen
No, I
it.
haven't seen it.
Good.
no.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like the highest. Like it
Oh,
had the
yeah.
highest opening for an animated movie
Sense.
ever.
Yeah. It's Mario.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure if it took a huge dip after the opening, but
yeah. I'm not sure either. I haven't looked up the numbers recently, but
yeah.
I will say this though. I think it would have done even better if it took a lot of inspiration from like The Sopranos.
Zachary, shut the fuck up.
Now hear me out. So
No, what are you talking?
so okay. So Jacob,
Jesus fucking
Jacob.
Christ, Mario. This
The
fucking guy.
Jacob, I don't know if you know this, but the plot of the Super Mario Brothers animated movie
Yes.
is basically the same like outline for the plot of the 90s Mario Brothers movie, but it's just animated.
Okay.
So they start out as New York City plumbers, and then they get teleported into the dimension. But instead of like an alternate cyberpunk New York, they just get teleported into like
To Mario World?
The Mario World, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they show like Mario and Luigi have like a big Italian family in the beginning, and they're eating like fucking spaghetti and gabagool.
Zeta.
Yeah.
Pizza Zeta.
Yeah. So I just wish they would have
Zeta.
like fell into that like kind of gimmick a
ZD.
bit
What the
more.
fuck am I
Yeah,
saying?
ZD.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
dude.
ZD. I don't know.
No, you
Sorry.
fucking come on. What are you doing?
I'm not Italian. I'm Irish.
You're the
sorry.
Irishman, Jacob.
I'm the Irish. I can do that. I can do that for you,
I
Mr.
can
Mario.
paint houses. I can do that, Mr. Mario. You want me to fix your pipes? I can do that.
I can do that for you, Mr. Mario. I can do that. Absolutely.
I wish that was Toad, just like an Irish mushroom. I wish
do that for you.
Toad should have been high. That would have been the
Zachary,
easiest joke to do.
Zachary,
Toad should have
it's
been like high as fuck,
Zachary, it's
just
a
like high out of his
children's-
mind.
Zachary, it's a children's movie.
Dude,
what the
so
fuck do you want from
okay,
them?
okay. So first you get mad when the mushroom is high. What are you gonna tell me next? That you hate when there's like a gay character in a Disney movie?
What?
What
No.
What? What?
What?
What?
What's
Where's the line,
correlation?
Jacob? Where's the
Where's
line?
the correlation between it's a G-rated movie. Oh, there's Toad. He's man.
No, he doesn't smoke. No, He
Mario.
doesn't smoke. He's just
sorry.
he's just high. Like he's a blatantly high character, but it's like no one ever like points it out. He's just kind
That's
of
not
like
how Toad's character is in the goddamn.
I know, but
the
it'd be
game.
good. It'd be like
No, it isn't good. You just want your fucking fan fiction.
be like, yo Mario, come over here, like check out Princess Peach. No, but I think definitely Mario is Tony Soprano. Luigi is Christopher.
Christopher.
Toad is
Jesus
Paulie.
Christ.
And then how they would do it is they basically Mario
where
and
does-
Luigi in this story is basically Peach is like the broad that they share. Cause,
Zachary.
'cause
That's not how Mario works. It's not Sopranos.
no, and then Luigi's like, "Come on, Mario, give me some sec. But Daisy's nowhere. I can't find Daisy. Let me have a piece of that peach. You know."
No, I don't fucking know because you're delusional, as always. And then where does Creed 3 show up in this entire movie?
Creed 3.
Yeah, where does Creed 3
Okay,
show up?
so
Where
so
does Creed 3 show up?
so Creed's best friend that had just got out of jail,
Jonathan Majors, who
Jonathan
is now
Majors,
outcasted and blacklisted
for
in
some
all of
reason,
Hollywood.
because even though he
was a-
disapproved those allegations,
Did he?
Yeah, I
wasn't
thought
sure it was
no, I thought
I don't think it got disapproved. I think it got reapproved.
Really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure those text messages from the girlfriend or the wife, where she was literally just admitting like, it was pretty fucked up. I'm not sure how real they are or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was from like a court thing that got released. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was like the wife was like, she was like, baby, I know you hit me and all that, but I still love you. I don't blame you. And it's like saying stuff like that. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, we lost another good one. Why didn't he just say
What?
Why didn't he just say he's gay like Kevin Spacey? Just pull the gay card.
Zack, no, that's not how that works. And Kevin Spacey is still blacklisted from Hollywood.
He's not blacklisted.
When's the last time you seen a Kevin? Oh, sorry, not. Oh, yeah, 9 Lives, the Kevin Spacey movie. That's right. I almost forgot about that.
No, that came out before the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when was the last time Kevin Spacey was in a movie, Zack?
Well, if we carry the one.
Well, let's think about the allegations real quick. What year was the allegations?
Okay, well, Jonathan Majors, honestly, yeah, he was, I don't know. I've only seen him in, like, the 2 roles that I've seen him in, which was Kang and Creed 3, and he didn't really impress me in either of those. I've heard from people he was good.
He was in something. I remember watching something with him in it, but I don't remember.
He had, like, a big break in, like, these last couple of years. He was in, like, a lot of movies. Kind of taking Hollywood by storm until
Well,
yeah.
longer.
Another thing too, Army Hammer, man.
Hey, he should have never admitted he was a cannibal. That's all.
No, on it, dude. Is that when that shit came out was so
Crazy.
funny. It's just so funny.
Yeah, so like I love eating people.
Yeah.
Anyways, any more questions you got?
Yeah, literally a text message just like I wanted like. Can I like not like sexually like I
eat you
want
out.
can I eat like can I eat your ass, like no, he's literally like I'm gonna dig a fork into your ass, like.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I just recently watched Bones and All, which is I mean, it's not spoilers, it's pretty much like a brief, like it's just the movie. It's a good movie, I recommend it, but Jacob, you're kind of squeamish, so I don't know if you'd like it.
I'll be fine.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a movie basically about cannibals
Okay.
falling in love. So
is it?
it's the Bruce movie.
The Timothy
Timothy Chalamet.
movie. Okay,
Looks
yeah.
just like Bruce in that
I
movie.
heard that, but I was thinking of Army Hammer. I was like,
Yeah.
is he in that movie? I
No,
don't
no,
remember him
no,
being
but
in
it
that
was
movie.
inspired by him. Yeah, basically, the movie came out last year and I meant to watch it. I didn't get around to it, so I watched it.
It really
like-
is the Bruce movie. You look at
No.
that motherfucker up.
No, it looks
Put
just
an
like
image,
him. Yeah.
editor, aka Zachary. Put an image of Timothy Chalamet and Bones and All. It's just Bruce.
Jacob, you look like a fucking right now. You look like is it like Revenge of the Fallen or Transformers? I forget which one, but it's when he's on the monitor and he's like head's like moving around and it's like all pixelated. Like I can barely tell it's you on the screen right now.
I look perfectly fine on my side.
Your bit rate's just low. It's kind of getting back now. It might have been the Wi-Fi going out or something.
Dude, it's been going out like lately for me
Yeah.
on the phone.
But no, so yeah, the Bones and All movie, yeah, it's about cannibals that fall in love. It's really good. If you have a stomach for it, I recommend. Yeah, I actually was fine with the movie all the way through. The only time I actually was a bit squeamish was I noticed this about myself. I watched another movie that was like a Stephen King adaptation on Netflix. I forget, it's Gerald's Game. I think that's what it's called. But
I know
there's
1921.
yeah, that was good too.
Yeah, that one is good.
But there's a scene in Gerald's Game where she's like, because basically the whole movie she's handcuffed to a bed and she has to like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was having sex with the husband, and
Yeah.
then the husband croaked, and then she was just stuck in the handcuffs.
Yeah. So basically, in that movie at the end, she like basically rips herself out of the handcuffs and like her bones are exposed and I noticed that I get a bit squeamish, not when I like see blood or guts or whatever, but just when I see the bone beneath the skin.
Yeah.
But I think it has more to do with the sound design, you know, of like the cracking of the bone. I think that's cracking the bone combined with the visual of the bone coming apart is something that makes me squeamish. So there was just one scene in the beginning of the movie where I was like kind of taken aback just for a second, but the rest of the movie I was fine. Yeah, really good movie. I had a good time watching it. It was it's kind of controversial in a way that you know, you don't really know how to feel about it. Because it's these characters that they do terrible things, but basically the whole movie, it's like an allegory for like drug addiction, essentially, is what cannibalism is depicted as in the movie.
Oh, bones and all. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking Gerald's game. I was
No,
like,
no.
Okay,
No.
bones and all. Yeah, I mean, I know I've heard like things about the characters, like, oh, they're not assholes, but like they do terrible things.
Yeah,
And
they're
they
just
eat
drug
people.
they're just drug addicts. Is what they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So Army Hammer, yeah, based off of that. But no, but what's funny is so the guy that directed Bones and All directed Call Me by Your Name, which stars Timothy Chalamet and Army Hammer. So I'm wondering if
He probably did, Zack.
I'm wondering if he probably knew a little bit about Army Hammer's condition and just didn't mention it to anybody, and then was like, I'm gonna use this as inspiration for my next movie.
Sorry, dog. I gotta make a new movie. Well, it's gonna be real fucking funny.
It would have been even funnier is if they did some.
He was in it.
Yeah, if he was in it, they did like some method acting, and Army Hammer really went for it and just started biting the crew members.
What other? I mean, let's think about all the actors that have been blacklisted.
Oh, scandals.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do a scandal tier list. So where do they rank? So
I don't remember every celebrity's name, so you gotta give me.
okay,
one.
so Kevin Spacey.
He's up there.
He's up there for sure.
He was on Epstein's flight list.
But-
he
but-
did admit to molesting that child.
But he's gay, Jacob. So
Zachary,
we gotta dock
just
him a
because-
tier.
just because he tweets out saying, "Yes, I did molest that kid. Yes, I did all that, but I do want to admit something. I am gay." So that makes everything I did okay.
Dude, that was the funniest shit. Whenever I think of Kevin Spacey, I just think of that meme of Master Chief putting on the bubble shield, and it's just the allegations, and then I'm gay. Just
Yeah.
so yeah,
Great.
Kevin Spacey. I'd say he's A tier. Here's the thing, Jacob. What do you classify as more horrendous in like humanity?
A child molester.
A child molester or a murderer?
They're both pretty up there, but I think
I would honestly say
depending on the murder,
I would
like, it's
honestly-
first degree.
yeah, I would honestly say a molester is probably the worst thing you can do.
Yes.
Because not only did you enact such a heinous crime, but you're leaving the victim with trauma that
Yeah.
is gonna live, that was gonna be with them for the rest of their life. You know.
Sorry. Every time I think of there's you do you know Brandon Rogers, that fucking skit YouTube channel?
Brandon
I think his name's
Rogers.
Brandon. I think his name's Brandon Rogers. It basically this guy it's crude humor now. It doesn't. It's too. When I watched it when I was like in middle school, it was hilarious. But now it's like that edgy humor that's like, it's just too.
It was
like,
of its time. It was of
It
its
was
time.
its time. You know, all that stuff, Filthy Frank and all that.
Yeah.
But there was this funny bit where like they're like a neighborhood, like one of the sketches where like they were a neighborhood watch, and they're talking about like pedophiles and stuff like that, and he shows like one of the characters shows like a little like a board, and it has like molester on it, and they're like, a molester's really bad, but you know what's worse than a molester? And he writes child like in front of it to say child molester. And one of the characters just says a child.
I remember that actually. I remember seeing that clip. That was that one's actually pretty funny. I think that's like the only clip I've ever seen from that guy. By the way, I think
mean, his videos are decently. I mean, they're of its time, but like he put some type of thought into it.
Mhm.
Like I'd say like some of the sketches are very crude and very just like dark, very like edgy, dark 2000s, early 2010s humor.
yeah.
But like there is times where like it's just very like clever with like its script, even though it's still bad. But
Yeah.
it's like it definitely looks like you put time into it instead of just saying like slur and then
Yeah.
boom video.
Sorry, you just look like Mr. Game & Watch again right now, just so pixelated.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
No, well, you got Fish, you got Pixelated Man, and then you have Zachary. And that's what you get today.
Really.
So your mom's going. Can I say where she's going, or just say she's on vacation?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna murder her. So yeah, go ahead.
I mean, your son. I've seen his. Your mom's going to the Keys.
Yeah,
How come you're not going to the Keys?
because she needs someone to watch the dogs.
Well,
And frankly, I didn't want to go.
okay.
Yeah, I just didn't really care. I
You didn't
wanna
care
go.
about the Keys. Fair enough.
Nah. The only keys I care about is
My car keys. Amen. Time to drive back to New York for the 6th time. Yes, sir.
I was gonna say Miranda keys.
From Halo. Always a fucking something with Halo. No, but no, you tell me Loki and Belle and Taffy's fine. Taffy will be fine by herself.
Well, here's the thing. My mom is like freaking out about. She's like, she wants me to stay there the whole day. It's not happening.
No.
The dogs, all they need to do, they can fend for themselves. They can sleep. They can play around on the floor. All they need is a walk twice a day and to be fed right before they go to bed. They don't need to be pampered like babies. All right.
No.
I get that Taffy is a cripple and a borderline.
She'll be fine.
She's borderline senile at this point.
Well, she's old, Zachary. Little Taffy.
She's a walking corpse.
No, she's not walking.
She is. At times, she does smell like death. But I mean, she's still here. She's still functional.
She'll be still here for a while.
Yeah, she'll be here for like a few more years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Loki's still Loki, and the Belle is still Belle.
Yeah, Loki. Yeah, Belle has anxiety. I think both dogs have anxiety.
Now, goddamn.
I think they've had it for a while.
And you blame who do you blame for that?
Let me think. Well, Belle has separation anxiety.
So like Taff.
What?
Doesn't Taff have separation anxiety?
No, she more just has dementia. So
she looks at her and is like, "Where that woman at that treats me well? Where else she at?"
It's kind of like that where she's like, in order to feel like she's present in time, she needs to see my mom.
She needs to see her mom.
Yeah,
she's just stuck in. She's just stuck. She's on.
If she doesn't see my mom, time just freezes. She just doesn't know where she is.
Whoa.
But with Belle, she's like, she likes the attention. And when she doesn't have like somebody around her, I think she feels like that separation anxiety and starts to like, worry or whatever. Yeah. And then Loki, he looks like he's always on crack. So I just like worry for him that he's gonna have a heart attack one day, like his heart's just gonna give out.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
What type of accents do you think all of your dogs have?
So they're Australian Shepherds, so
I know they are.
So,
but were they raised in Australia or raised in America?
They weren't raised in Australia, but it's a good question.
Exactly.
I'd like to think that they have like really thick Brooklyn accents.
Okay.
Like a dog comes across the, like how they talk in Cats versus Dogs, like the dogs communicate with each other. They're just talking to another dog like, "Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, I'm shitting here."
Hey.
And then Taffy's Chinese, so
is she?
Yeah, Shih Tzus are like Chinese.
Oh, that's right. She is a Shih Tzu.
Yeah. So
so she just has a Chinese accent.
No, that's racist, Jacob. I'm
so sorry for all the Chinese people out there with their racist accents. I'm so sorry.
No, she probably has like a Hawaiian accent.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know what Hawaiian accent is.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh, okay.
Just like I don't know. Barack Obama, he's from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, Matt texted me.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Oh, he was just saying they finished the Berserk.
Oh, nice. Speaking of Berserk, Guts doesn't really like being tickled, huh?
Zachary, you don't know nothing. Have you read the book? Have you read book 1? Then shut the fuck up. Have you? I don't know if you. Oh, wow,
I've completed the book.
No, all right. Then tell me who.
Ask me any question, Jacob. Big reveal! Big reveal! Zach has finally read the book after 2 long years. Zach, has
like
read
30 years.
the book Berserk,
Wow.
book
Did
1.
Did it take
I have
it as
read
long?
the book. Let me give my hero
Oh, okay.
speech. I have read
Okay.
the book after a treacherous journey that I've embarked upon,
You
in which I've struggled for so many years to read
years.
a basically a children's picture book.
Yes.
I have finally managed to find the will within myself and attack this vile beast from within.
Celebrations, times come on.
So Jacob,
Wow.
what you've been waiting to do for 2 long years at this point. Ask me anything about Berserk.
It's book 1. There's not
one.
a whole lot that happens. And you read through book 1 through 4 for me, or 5 at least. So at least ask you like bigger questions than how was the Slug King fight and Guts' introduction where. Yeah, how was book 1, Zachary, and overall? Did it take you? Did it take it as long? This is where you tell me that you never read it. This is the part where you tell me you never read it, and this has just been a big fat lie. Wow, is this true?
Just debated.
Is this true? I don't know anymore. I don't know what's true or not true anymore. I don't know. I don't really care.
So, I wrote here.
Oh, okay. To lie to Jacob that I read Berserk.
I wrote here to say that Guts is like Master Chief.
Whatever, sure. Fuck it. Yeah, he's just Master Chief. Fuck it.
So Guts is like Master Chief, but if Master Chief had no sense of like had his own sense of self-justice.
Okay.
That's who Guts is.
Yeah.
He basically just a murdering machine.
Yeah.
Puck.
Yeah, I love Puck.
Puck is like Cortana, but if she was useless.
He's supposed to be the moral code. He's supposed to be the sense of humor too.
Yeah. The jokey character. And then Vargas is like he's just like Sergeant Johnson.
I really know you read it because you said Vargas, which you could only read the fucking book at least like halfway to know who Vargas is.
Yeah, I just you know what I did, Jacob?
Yeah.
When I
You just skimmed through it.
when I read the book, here's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, go figure. Wow, that's the book.
That was me reading the book.
How long did it take you to read?
Okay, so let me break this down. This is my actual thing though. So Guts is like Goku, but if Goku wasn't, if Goku was kind of just
one.
like if Goku was actually a proper like Saiyan warrior that was like all about world domination, that would be Guts, right?
But Guts doesn't care about world domination.
No, I know, but like at his heart, you know what I mean? Like if basically if Goku was if Goku didn't get brain damage as a child, that's who he would turn out to be, as Guts. And then Puck is Bulma because he's just fucking annoying.
Oh, you see Puck as annoying?
Well, he's annoying, but like a good, a necessary annoyance. You know, like,
good.
You kind of need that to balance the gritty,
the whole
edgy shit. Yeah,
edgy.
And I'll get into that.
It's edgy.
And Vargas is Krillin.
He died.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah. So does So that works perfectly. Yeah.
What does Sergeant Johnson say at the end of Halo 3 when he dies?
Send me out.
Yeah.
With a bang.
That's what Vargas said. He said, "Send me out a bang, Berserk man." Wow.
Okay, but so yeah, I'll give my just initial thoughts on everything, and then you can ask me any question because I know you've been dying to ask me for 2 years.
Oh yeah, no shit. Because out of everybody, I wanted you to read Berserk.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Berserk is such a great story, and book 1's rough, but it's an amazing story.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you cannot look at Snapchat because Dog
I
is
know,
probably.
I know. That's why whenever Dog posts in the group chat, I just click through.
Yeah,
so
that's
I don't
what you
see
need to do.
But yeah.
We have
incoming caller.
Number two Berserk fan over here.
Incoming
Ashton.
caller.
Ashton loves Berserk. He loves Berserk. He never needs to read it.
My internet is going wacky right now. You guys are just pixelated as fuck. I don't understand.
Ashton's actually pretty clear for me.
I don't know what's going on.
Thanks, Jacob.
Am I clear, Ashton?
Yeah, always.
Uh,
Fuck
okay,
you.
But let me give my initial thoughts on the book really quick. So
You read Berserk.
yeah. So basically, going into the book, it was honestly really hard to open the book. Because I had spent 2 years just looking at the cover.
It.
And also books are really intimidating to me.
I know.
Because I'm dyslexic. Even the sight of words scares me. That's why I'm like Guts, because like, you know, even though my fears are right in front of me, I still conquer them, and I still continue to move forward
good,
and battle them, you know.
You're just like Guts.
I'm just like Guts.
You're just like Guts. Zach.
But anyway,
so who's your Griffith then? Is it Ashton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ashton's my Griffith. You're my Puck.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. But anyway,
Bruce is your Vargas. He's dead.
No, Bruce is the Count.
He's the Count. The Slug King.
Yeah.
The Slug Count. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But anyway, so let me just
Okay,
give my initial thoughts
okay,
first.
get to
All
it,
right,
get to it, get
so
to it.
yeah, so basically, opening the book, you know, obviously the first scene is pretty, you know, jarring for people who are just initially reading the book.
Guts has sex of a woman.
Yeah, sex of a
He's
woman that
clapping
turns into a demon that then tries to eat him. But unbeknownst to the reader, he actually knew this all along that he was fucking a demon, so he just blows that motherfucker to smithereens.
Blows her brains out.
But yeah, so basically, to lay it all out, the first chapter in Berserk, which is the Black Swordsman, pretty rough. It was a rough introduction for me, reading through. One, because it's my first time ever reading a manga, so having to read from right to left instead of left to right was
tricky.
Was jarring, especially with a guy with dyslexia. So I'm already battling my demons just looking at letters, and then having to challenge my brain again is difficult. But I managed to go along through it. You know, I might read slower than the average man, but
That's
I still
fine.
got it done.
I just want you to read.
Yeah. But anyway, so basically that chapter is pretty good. It kind of sets up the world and the characters. Although I will say this, and it's kind of like I have a grievance with this. I'm sure it doesn't change. But I know that this the creator, this was like his first like real like project that he was working on, or like big project. So he kind of just threw all he knew at it. And with that kind of shows how he grows throughout, like even from like chapter 1 to the rest. Because chapter 1 is pretty rough in ways that the writing for the characters is very inconsistent and edgy at times, like to an extent where it doesn't like what Guts ends up saying at sometimes just is like edgy to be edgy, and isn't really like there's no real like reason for why he should think that, because like essentially it doesn't make him a likable character, like. But then, and that's my other thing I have too, is I don't want to be part of the fan base that is just like, oh my God, Guts is so badass, you know, like
he gets. You just have to keep reading. To
no, I
understand.
know, but like I understand that there's depth there, but you know, in the beginning, obviously it's not laid out like that, but like I could see why. The initial, when I mainly think of the fan base, I'm thinking of like the meme fan base that basically only sees Guts as like the first chapter Guts, like the first 90 pages where he's just edgy as fuck and just doesn't give a fuck about the world. It's just all about his revenge mission, you know? and like, you know, he tosses people aside and claims that they're weak and says if you're weak, you might as well be dead. You know, like all that shit.
That's some shit Ashton says all the time.
I know, but that's why I
Real
was like,
shit.
when reading, I was like, yeah, okay, I can see why, because Guts in this like installment of him, just this single depiction of his character is like the epitome of a Sigma male. just all about the grind, no distractions, nobody's gonna fucking take it away from him, just all about his goals.
Ashton, for some little context, Guts says towards the end of the book to like a 12-year-old girl that just after witnessing her dad, who was a demon, who turned into a demon and then died and went to hell.
Well, that's
she
not
saw
in.
all of that.
Well, that's not in this chapter. That's
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you read the whole book.
No, I did read the whole book, but chapter 1 is the swordsman. I'm going in chapters. Like the Black Swordsman is the first
the volumes?
chapter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. When you said Black Swordsman, I was thinking of the whole arc, because the whole arc from
No, it's the Black
volume
Swordsman
1 to
arc, yeah, but
2,
that's just the chapter.
Sorry,
yeah.
my bad.
So,
Sorry.
but yeah, so basically, to summarize that, my other grievance with it is I enjoyed reading through it, but my grievance is that just and I think this just has something to do with the creative industry in Japan is kind of different from like the rest of the parts of the world. But I notice in a lot of manga that I've seen and a lot of anime that I've watched that anime is very devoid of subtlety. There's hardly any animes that are very subtle. Most animes kind of explain too much in a lot of areas because I think they want you to like understand that their world is like rich with depth and a lot of like thought was put into it, so they really want you to get as much out of the world and the characters as you possibly can. That's why they kind of over explain, and that's one of my grievances with it, is that there's certain times when characters just say things that like and I read it and I'm like, why the fuck are you like saying all this shit? You can just like say the same amount with less words and it would be way more impactful. So yeah, just a little lack of like subtlety or, you know, bit of over explanation in some areas. And that was for the whole book. I'm not sure that that'll change. It probably won't.
It changes.
Oh, it does?
I promise you it changes.
Okay. See, that's what I thought too, is that the writing improves as it goes along.
It improves a lot. Yeah. I will, like, I've warned everybody. I think I warned you in the beginning. It's like,
yeah, but that was 2 years ago.
Book 1 is, yeah, exactly. I was like, listen.
That's why I had to wait, so I couldn't remember your warnings. Like going with fresh
Zack.
eyes.
I said book 1 is rough because he had no plan.
Right.
He just kind of just had ideas and he threw them, and then later on, those ideas turned into a giant plan that he made.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, his book 1 is just what he wanted Guts to be showed, and and it's just super edgy guy.
Yeah, but I think
edgy guy, a big sword.
Right, but I think that first character. Or that first chapter of just establishing the world, like the first 90 pages, and then the rest of the book are completely different because those first 90 pages they depict him as like a very two-dimensional character, like he's just super edgy man that like only fights out of vengeance and doesn't give a shit about anybody else, right?
Yeah.
But then like after that. Like literally after that in the rest of the book, you have a sense of character depth within him. Besides that, like there is a sense that there is more behind that facade, you know, and that's what I liked, is that like immediately I could tell it. Okay, so that was just like a front that he's putting up, because I was like, if this is who the character is, I'm like, why the fuck does Jacob like this shit, like. Because I know Jacob is way more intelligent than to just like an edgy guy. Like,
he's so edgy and so cool.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
That was my worry, but I was thankful that, you know, it immediately changed as I kept reading.
Yeah.
10.
Thank you.
10. Thank you.
That was the answer to the riddle.
Oh, I get it now. 10. You should just have a zoom in on Ashton half the time when you're just talking about Berserk, because you're just having the most deadpan face. You're just staring off distantly.
Well, because he's an active listener to the podcast right now.
He is.
Because
He's never read Berserk.
He's read so much Berserk that there's no point of him
has.
contributing to the conversation.
So real.
It's true.
Because he already has the same thoughts that
Zach,
we're presenting right now in this conversation, so there's no
real
point in
quick
him
side
including
note.
his... Yeah, go ahead.
A yes or no for Ashton reading Berserk? Because he's the last one to not even start Berserk.
I say no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because there can only be one, and I gave in.
Oh, okay. So there can be only. You're not saying like as in like the material or anything like that.
No,
You're
one
just saying,
has
like,
to
no.
one has to relinquish their
Sorry, Ashton.
one has to relinquish
All right.
the what is it, the peer pressure, and I believe
Yeah.
Ashton is the one bounded by God. He'll be able to do that,
Well,
bestow that honor upon the friend group. Also, I don't think he'd like it.
yeah, that's what I thought too. You just wouldn't like it because it's Berserk.
But now saying that, he's gonna read it out of spite.
No, his ass won't read it. That's fine. He'd be like, well, fuck these guys. Anyways, we're gonna go back to Overwatch 2 and wait for the PvE.
Just
mode.
go back to crying in my chair as I listen
You know what?
to more
You know what?
Overwatch
Fuck you,
news.
Blizzard. I'm gonna make my own PvE mode. That's what Ashton's gonna do.
Dude, there's some hard copium going on in the Overwatch community. Like, I saw a Reddit post, someone was like, Blizzard should just release the tools to us so we can make our own PvE mode. It's like,
And people are just like, yeah,
it's
you're
like, don't worry,
right.
Blizzard, we'll make it for you. Come on, bro.
Poor Ashton. Back to Berserk.
But go ahead, Jacob. Now the floor is yours. Basically, in summary, my grievances are just the fact that characters over-explain things. There's not as much subtlety as I'd like in reading it. It was hard to
chapter
read
1.
because of that. No, just the whole book in general.
Oh, okay.
It was hard to read because of that. But I do like. I'll pick out specific moments. I liked because I really want to see like a proper. What I really was like the whole time reading this, I was like, God, I wish there was like a proper anime made
There
from this book.
is.
Kind of.
It's the 80. It's the 97 one, but
Yeah,
like,
but
that's
it-
as close as you get.
Yeah, that's the closest I get, and that's not the whole like book series. That's the problem.
No.
Is like I wish there was an anime that was like covering the whole book series, because then I'd watch it. Because I'm watching all this stuff. That was the other thing that I struggled with. Last thing was just that reading this book was like it was challenging because I don't know if it's because I have like ADHD or some shit, but I'm like flipping through the pages and I'm trying to absorb like all the information on the page, like with the images and stuff, the art, the beautiful art, but like I'm unable to really get the most out of like the motion and the artistry because it's still images on panels. Like and that's just, I guess it's just me because like I'm just unable to really properly because it's such a struggle because I'm trying to read and look at this shit at the same time and that's why it's like it's hard because it's already difficult for me to read, so having to process that and images, it's like it's just another thing I have to do, so it just gives me a much more difficult time like getting through it. But yeah, that's just me. I'm just a silly boy. But go ahead, Jacob.
Would you read book 2 then, even though you have these issues?
Send it over, baby. Send it
you have
over.
to wait. You gotta wait till Dog, because I gave Dog my
Ah, you
copies.
fucking bitch.
You're the one that's like, oh, I'm never gonna read Berserk.
All right,
Sorry,
well,
Zachary.
Jacob, it's gonna take
Sorry,
me 2
Jacob.
more years to read book 2.
No,
bitch.
it isn't, because Dog is fucking done with
Yeah, well,
my
guess
copies.
what? I'm
He's at
doing it out of-
Melbourne.
I'm doing it out of spite now. So fuck
Australia.
you.
Oh my fucking god.
Out of spite.
Did you not see me and Bruce and I carrying the Berserk books to Dog because he was the
No,
one
I
that
did. I
was-
just assumed you didn't give him the books that I was gonna need to read.
those because he read them faster than you and he never told me anything, so I was like, I'm just gonna
Well,
give
because
it
I
to
wanted
Dog.
it to be a big surprise.
Well, I appreciate the surprise, but now you gotta wait till like whenever Dog can give me the books,
Yeah.
which will probably be till maybe this week or next week,
Mhm.
and then you'll get book 2, 3, 4, all of them.
Yeah. Well, the way I read it was I read it in chunks. So
Yeah.
like
Well, that's what Dog
there's
did as
3
well.
volumes in this. So
Yeah.
each volume I read in the past 3 days.
Okay.
So today I read a volume, and then,
Did Dog inspire you to
no,
read? Or
no.
Okay.
I just thought it would be funny to finally just break the curse and reveal it on the podcast. I think it would have been funny. Also, we didn't really have much to talk about today, so I just
So
thought,
yeah, I'm just gonna read this.
I'll
goddamn
just
book.
read the book on it.
Fuck you. You're actually never been dyslexic, you asshole. Well, you get a little taste of Golden Age and Griffith.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the God Hand. So how do you feel about the God Hand and their whole ways of mystery?
I like that. I like that whole like interdimensional world.
Yeah.
I like the small setup we get of Griffith. Just knowing very little
femto.
about his character. The fact that he was once comrades with Guts, and then
Yes.
then ultimately it's very plainly told to us. That's like one of the only subtle things in there. Towards the end there's a lot of subtlety, but like one of the subtle things in that chapter was when they say that you have to truly give a sacrifice, it has to be someone that you love, so you can it can be a part of you that goes away. So clearly Guts is getting dragged away because of Griffith, because Griffith is, or Guts was Griffith's sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yes.
So yeah, I like that. I like the art is great. I like the designs. It heavily inspired Dark Souls and a bunch of other media that's come out recently that deals with that like medieval gothic horror, which I really like. I wish. Well, reading this book, I'm like, damn, I want to make an anime. Like, I'm just like, damn, I want to make an anime. Just write something up. Because it doesn't seem like it's hard. Like, you don't even need a plan. Like, look at this guy. He didn't have a fucking plan. He just like, I just got ideas, what I liked about the creatures is that, like, each monster, kind of goes off of the aesthetic or the build that like their human forms have. So like the snake guy, he is like, he looks like a viper.
He looks like
and even like his armor is like
Is a
very
snake.
it's just a snake, so it's pretty like
Snake armor.
on the nose. But
Yeah.
the Count, he looks like a big fucking ugly ass like bug. So he turns
Yeah.
into like a big,
big ass
slug bug or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. And I like Varga, or Vargas.
He die.
Yeah, he dies, and then he makes a little cameo in the end.
Yeah. You're dragging the Slug King to hell.
Yeah. The thing is about Berserk, it makes you feel bad for like every character. Like
That's Berserk.
like the good and the bad,
I mean, it is interesting. And you do feel bad for them. You got a little bit of Golden Age arc, which is good.
Yeah,
You got baby Guts.
just a little bit, yeah, just
a little taste.
little baby Guts.
Anyways, Ashton, what I was gonna say earlier is how edgy this book can be at times. Is like I said, where like the girl is like crying because she's like, my dad's dead. He went to hell. Everything's just bad now. And then Guts like standing up, like he's all like beaten up because he was fighting, the devil and stuff like that.
He just
He
tells her to kill
the
herself.
girl to kill herself.
Yeah, she's just like he's like, well, then you should just kill yourself.
Kill
If you feel that bad, you should just kill yourself.
Based, honestly.
Because she was basically like talking about like, I just want to like die. I don't want to be here anymore. And she's like, you should just kill yourself then. And then he even tosses her the knife. He's like, slit your wrists. It's like, yeah, do whatever.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, and
but then he saves her.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then he saves her because she's about to fall into an abyss, and then he saves her, and then he walks away, and she's like, "It's all your fault. I'm gonna kill you." He's like, "I'll be waiting to fight you later if you come back and strike me down." But then he sheds a little tear because it's a facade. He feels compassion.
He does.
Wow.
He's
He's
human.
He's human.
He's human.
Which I really did like that part. Like it is like a small little character thing, but I really did like that part because it shows not only that he does have compassion for people, but I think it goes even further than that, because we see previously in the book that when the priestess and his daughter in that little moment when she's coming at him because she's now part of the undead army.
Yeah, she died.
He is like shocked for a moment, in shell shock, and he just sits there and lets her like just puncture him slightly.
Yeah.
And so like those two moments, I think they kind of show Guts' character in a way that he's compassion. He has compassion, but also like the good within people. Like he cares about like the purity in people.
Yes.
Probably because he was once pure, or once perceived himself as pure good, until he went down this path of vengeance. You know.
Ashton, how's Overwatch 2? He's playing right. I don't blame him. We're talking about something he just does not know.
Yeah. Well, the thing was,
is the PvE mode unlocked, Ashton? How's the story
I
mode?
thought it was an early April Fool.
The thing was before
Ashton, April Fool's was the last month.
Before Jacob told me you were on tonight, Ashton, I wasn't expecting you to be here, so I was planning on, for the later half of this episode, to just talk about Berserk the whole time.
We're just still gonna talk about it. Fuck you.
But then you showed up,
Yeah,
so
Overwatch.
we had nice little moments.
Rest in peace, Overwatch 2. Overwatch 3 got announced, Ashton. Did you hear?
I can't wait.
This time, PvE mode's coming back.
This time it's gonna be a PvPvE, so it's gonna have
Ooh.
everyone combined. And then they're just gonna delete the game.
Oh
It's
man!
actually gonna be a 3-player game.
Oh
Yeah.
man!
3 versus
they're
3.
They're making it 4v4. Just making it 3v2.
Yeah.
In fact,
but-
they're doing a hero pool, so they're gonna actually take away heroes from the game.
I fumbled.
What's wrong, Zachary? What did you fumble?
He didn't record.
Zachary, you didn't record?
No, I've recorded this podcast. We're fine with the podcast, but
Oh, the video camera?
yeah, I didn't record any of the video.
Well,
Well,
it is what it
it's
is.
okay. The video is dog shit anyway.
Fair.
Yeah, we'll probably, if we do this again, just so this doesn't happen again with the fucking bit rate going down, I'll just have you record your video on your end
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I figured.
Yeah, but
That's what I did the first time.
But all right, I guess that's it. Now knowing
Oh,
that I fumbled the bag.
How would you rate Berserk 1, Book 1?
Well, I don't really have any reference for what the other ones are, but
Oh, tier scale then? Or are you gonna put it on the tier?
okay, so
tier
we'll
list
tier list it.
Tier list.
You know, I'm not gonna promise anything,
Yeah.
but if
I want you to at least read to book book 4.
I'm not gonna promise anything, but if
Okay.
Dog gets those books back within the next few days,
Yeah.
I will plan on reading one book a week and giving
Okay.
a weekly recap.
I have to drive all the way down to where Dog is to grab them tomorrow. Like, give that shit. I need these more than you now. I have to ask him when he's gonna get them back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think he's done now.
But so rating, I guess okay.
You just do tier. Just
I don't know.
what
This is my
tier
first
would
like
you put it?
manga, whatever. So
I know.
I don't have a reference.
S A B C D E F G.
Okay. Well, it gets better as it goes on. So I'm gonna say. It's not the most amazing piece of literature I've ever read, but I'm gonna say
You've only read 2 books, Hatchet and this book. So you got 2 books.
You're a funny guy. I've read Xbox Live Messages.
Okay.
But I guess B tier. Just because
Wow,
it'll probably change, you know.
I thought you were gonna say C or
Yeah,
D.
B, C or B. I don't know, because I don't know because I find as it goes on, as the story goes on, it gets more gripping. It becomes a page turner as the story goes on. So, I'd say somewhere, I give it a B. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think B is reasonable because it's good, but it's not great. You know, there's ways to improve. You know, but yeah. That'll be it for this episode of the Pain of the Brain podcast. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the book club discussion. I wanted to see, actually, before we did this podcast, if you and Matt had discussed Berserk briefly before. I know there was an episode that we had where we had the books on display.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember if you guys actually got around to talking about them.
I don't know.
Let me check here.
Just ruin the audio of video.
Yeah, so you guys have them here. Oh, no, so I guess you guys did talk about Berserk. Yeah, okay. For like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, this is longer.
Yeah,
well, it's because I think you were
minutes.
just there, and we were like, we don't really want to talk too much.
Yeah. But I was like zoned out because we had that bit back then where we had to find the creeper. And if we found the creeper,
Ashton loves finding the creeper.
If we found the creeper, then that meant that we would kill the bit and we just move on to the next topic. But you guys kept talking, and I found multiple creepers.
You said, shut the fuck up.
But that's it, guys. Ashton, where can they find this and listen to this podcast?
Books A Million.
Probably the grocery store.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Spotify.
If you just go outside and you listen hard enough, you could probably hear it.
And you can hear us.
Your local geezer playing it on his AM radio.
I say what?
Ashton, can you give us like an AM radio like sign off?
This is Ashton Backlack coming at you live to say goodbye.
Thank you, Ashton.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.